Tim would never just tell the kids knowledge, He'd give them an issue or a problem and then, okay, you need to talk about it. You need to think through this, make a plan. And so I think he carries that with him still.
Here's the moment of the state tournament where we realize we're about to win the game. Here's Mr. Walz, just pumped, pointing at the crowd. Next up, the cheerleaders, here we are.
Fire alarm? Yep, you're gonna test it.
Thank you. Okay. A little bit. Okay.
Somewhere go to Verizon and number one, be like, why the hell am I paying so much?
That's actually fire alarm? Yep, you're gonna test it.
Thank you.
And as I think everyone here can see, Tim Walz was the kind of teacher and mentor that every child in America dreams of having, and that every kid deserves. The kind of coach, because he's the kind of person who makes people feel like they belong and then inspires them to dream big. And that's the kind of vice president he will be. And that's the kind of vice president America deserves.
It's been fun to tell my friends across the nation and also international friends that the memes that are on Twitter about how he's like the Midwest dad, they're all absolutely true.
So here's the moment of the state tournament where we realize we're about to win the game. Here's Mr. Walz, just pumped, pointing at the crowd. Next up, the cheerleaders, here we are celebrating. I used to watch Tim Walz walk down the hallways. And I probably shouldn't even use the word walk. This man moves so quickly. So you could just hear him coming a mile away. But the reason you knew he was coming is he was saying, good morning, how's it going? Hey, saw that game last night, great job on the basketball team. Good morning, how you feeling? Ooh, you're looking a little rough today, what's going on? He was always checking in with every individual, whether you were in his class, whether you were on the football team.
Tim would never just tell the kids knowledge, He'd give them an issue or a problem and then, okay, you need to talk about it. You need to think through this, make a plan. And so I think he carries that with him still.
His classroom had things that were from all over the world, especially China, like hanging up in the classroom. He would talk about cultures and world leaders and really get us to think broad. We weren't just talking about Mankato or Minnesota or even the United States. It was really like looking at and really instilled in me a deep appreciation and interest in other cultures. My brother was a year ahead of me, and he was someone who was bullied a lot. And to see someone like Mr. and Mrs. Walz stand up for bullies, as a younger classman, what can I do as a sibling, or how can you kind of help support someone when you see them getting bullied? To see them take on that leadership role and say that that's not going to be accepted, there was kind of a culture shift. And remembering that Mr. Walz was our football coach, dare I say, there's a lot of toxic masculinity in the whole football realm. And to see someone who is the football coach, but also saying, hey, we're not gonna, you're gonna respect everyone, and I absolutely won't put up with any of that crap that was really, really bold and very important. And I do think that created a culture shift.
And you see that common theme with Tim over and over again, that he values every person for who they are, and he is going to do what he can to help them be the best that they can be.